welcome back. Right now I'm in the woods of Exeter, Rhode Island. I'm with my buddy Nick.
Tell him where we are, because I like this spot a lot.
Yeah, we're doing an investigation of this area called Queen's Fort. This is in Exeter, Rhode Island. The history behind this is it is a Native American settlement that was formed directly after the Great Swamp Battle that occurred on December 19th, 1675. The colonists came and destroyed a large portion of the Narragansett's fort over at the Great Swamp, or what's now known as the Great Swamp, and they moved here right after. The fort was built by someone named Stonewall John. He was a member of the tribe who knew the mason work of the colonists, so he knew how to build a very effective fort for them to hide out in. And the leader was named Quaiapen. She was the sachem of the tribe over here. Eventually they ended up moving away in the summer of 1676 up to Nipsachuk in North Smithfield. But we're right now going to go find the fort directly. It's a little bit of a walk in the woods, and it's up the hill somewhere. If you follow the trail and you go directly to the left, I think the entrance of the trail is actually over there, Nick.
Yeah. So
yeah.
All right, so
I remember coming up here, something like this to the left. Let's just see. Yeah, we parked on Stony Lane, so that's where the area is. And I'm gonna keep an eye out, but when I came here, I remember the fort being directly up on a hill. Yeah, this looks like it's gonna be the general direction that we're going in. So when I saw it, I remember it was like a, it looked like an old like stone wall or a foundation from Hanson City or something, you know?
Yeah, so this is going to be native stonework rather than what we usually see, which is colonial.
Yep.
So we'll see what they got going on. We'll get to the left of it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just taking a look. I remember it was on like the top of the hill. We're gonna really have to do some investigating work today to find it. I remember that the hill had a bunch of rocks surrounding it. I think it might be up there. So I'm gonna meet Nick over here because this is actually looking pretty familiar. I think there's rumors or a legend that there's a cave or something in here too. But this looks real familiar. Oh yeah, I see it. Okay, so the fort is going to be right up here. Looks like if you just actually stay on that left trail. I got turned around a little bit. There is supposed to be the cave around here somewhere too. Look at all these rocks. So what I was saying earlier is this is called rocktite. This is a fungus that grows directly on the rocks. Definitely fried from the winter. We are actually and officially the first day of winter right now too. It's the solstice. Oh yeah, so this is the actual fort. I remember it being up here. Look at this place. So Now you would imagine that there would have to have been like some kind of a top to this, you know?
So what we're looking at is, so let me redo that. What we're looking at is they obviously didn't have written accounts of what this spot here was. They assumed like Queen Quaiapen's bedroom or something, or
Yeah.
food stores, whatever. But
The whole place must have been the fort, right? This whole area?
so yeah, the whole area was defensively up on the hill.
Yeah.
And notably the boulder field we kind of walked through was always noted that that was there. But
Yeah.
when we see these walls and stuff, you're gonna think even the Great Swamp, there's nothing left of it because that was mainly lumber. They had lumber stacked up, a wall of trees, logs stacked up. Even over 100 years, that's all decayed. We're talking about this was 350 years ago. Actually, this day, what is today? The 21st. So this is 2 days after the Great Swamp Massacre. They were just getting here and starting to build it this day 350 years ago to seek refuge from the English. And they would spend the rest of the winter here, and then they said either by spring or somewhere, against Stonewall John's advice, they left and went to Nipsachuk. So what I imagine this looked like was, I'd imagine all these small trees are gone. I'd imagine this was stacked up very neatly. I can see that that was the entryway.
Oh yeah.
Even when you think of that stone was probably flat, and it was a step down to get into here. And I bet you they had a roof with lumber and some type of something to cover it. So
They definitely had, yeah, like there was some kind of wood or something over this, because oh yeah, and you can see, look, doesn't that even look like a road right there? Straight ahead?
So that stone looks like it would probably be part of some fortification.
Yeah.
The problem with 350 years ago is, let me talk about this for a
They have
second.
a stone wall out there, it looks like, too.
Yeah, they had multiple lines of defenses so they could be up here and shoot down at the English. But these walls are probably stacked up very neatly. And they've just become right now from so many years of thawing and freezing.
Well, now what's really crazy, what I'm thinking here is that this land that I'm standing on, surrounded by these walls, this is from literally the 1670s. This has been here for almost 400 years.
So whenever I go to a place that's relevant to Kings Club Tour, I always think of, if we were in this spot in the right time in history, we would just be killed because we would be the English. If they ever caught us in here, we'd be killed. And that right in here, most likely, a Native American Narragansett queen spent a winter and slept right in here.
Yeah.
Like with this cold wind and everything, they probably had a fire in here or something. Probably had whatever they were making their shelters out of. They probably had it, the leather skins over the top for a roof. But this is it. They kept it small so that the heat stayed in here. Make it too big, the heat dissipates. So it's probably like this. That was probably the stone to step out of here.
Yeah, you know, I can even feel like the energy of just like being here and there being people sitting and, you know.
They supposedly, the accounts are that they had around 200 warriors with them here in this spot. Not to mention the surviving women, children, and elderly from Great Swamp. And when you read the accounts of Mary Rowlandson that was captured by the natives, she even said a lot of them stayed sleeping out in the rain sometimes. These people were built different.
For nature, yeah.
Mary Rowlandson accounts in February, the captives they would keep in the teepee, or whatever they called their shelter, and most of the native warriors would just sleep out in the rain in February. Imagine being the 1600s in the winter, sleeping in the rain. Like, yeah, it's rough. And all you're eating is like what, corn?
Yeah.
Like dried corn.
Yeah, that must have been a tough life.
What I like about this is that there's no guessing that this is 100% Native American.
Yeah.
They're almost, at this point, it's like they're almost like mythical that this happened. We have all this written account, but we can't go back and see any of this. But we can see these actual spots.
And this is real. You know, this is not a legend or a conspiracy theory. Look at that. Alright, so I'm at the backside of the Queen's Fort area. If you notice, there's so many boulders. And you can even see over here, Nick, look at this stone wall right here. This was definitely the wall that they would use for the fortress. Whoa! Yep, leads right to the...
We got a big boulder ending here, big boulder behind you.
Yeah, because this is probably the flattest spot. The rest of it was surrounded by these big boulders, making it difficult. Basically, I want to scan the area, see what we can find for any kind of remnants of the fort. And there's supposed to be a cave somewhere around here too. So I'm looking. Wow, these boulders, you can really see how it was difficult for the colonists to get over to the fort over there, because these are some big jagged boulders. It's like really kind of strange to get around here. I wonder if there's any actual caves in here. Look at this thing. Oh, that's just a little shallow rock pile. Doesn't go anywhere, it looks like. Wow. These boulders are crazy. Luckily it's pretty dry out today, so it's not slippery. But this is a spot where I feel like there definitely could be some caves somewhere. I was hearing rumors that there were tunnels. I'm just taking a look at all this area. Oh, I just probably ripped up all that roctite. Looking for some actual caves somewhere. That's kind of interesting. I'm not seeing anything that's really looking like it's going to go deep yet, though. I'm just seeing more and more of these boulders. It just seems like they're going on forever, and this is what would make it so difficult for the tribes of the colonists to come and invade the fort. So apparently Nick's gonna fly a drone around here somewhere. So you see how difficult it must have been for the colonists to get up this side of the hill.
Now it makes sense why they chose this spot.
Yeah.
I can't even get to you.
Well, I'm saying, like, you can imagine the colonists probably weren't hikers or rock climbers. So they would see something like this and they would probably be like, oh, we're never going to make it up there. So, yeah, it is difficult.